Good morning, students. Class 8. I am Vijay Kumar Jha. Today, I am going to explain lesson 2 of your literature. Name of topic is Mrs. Donovan's dog, and this is its part 5. Before this, we had discussed that Mr. Inspector Halliday and James Herriot has come to see a dog who is suffering from carelessness. I had told you that the inspector and Mr. Herriot, when came to this dog, he felt that there is sore also in different parts of the dog. So Mr. Halliday is telling here, I felt a tightening of the throat and a sudden nausea, which was not due to the smell. It was the thought of this patient animal sitting starved and forgotten in the darkness and filth of a year. Means, the situation of the dog was very worst. There was a sense of nausea because of a starve and illness. I looked again at the dog and saw in his eyes only a calm trust. When Mr. Herriot and Mr. Halliday saw the dog, they felt a calm trust in the dog's eyes. Well, Inspector, I hope you are going to throw the book at whatever is responsible, I said. Writer of this story, James Herriot, told Mr. Halliday that he is going to be careful who is responsible for the dog's condition. Now, Halliday grunted. Grunted means spoke here, write down. Grunte. The grunted means spoke angrily. Oh, there would not be much done. The owner is definitely simple. Lives with his mother, who hardly knows what is going on either. Mr. Halliday angrily told that there is nothing to do too much for the dog. The owner of the dog is surely a simple man and lives with his mother, who does not know properly what is going to happen with the dog. I have seen the fellow, and it seems he threw in a bit of food when he felt like, and that is about all he did. Means Mr. Halliday and the doctor and Mr. Herriot felt that there is no proper food for the dog. The owner threw a bit of food when he liked it, and that much he did for the dog. This will fine him and stop him from keeping an animal in the future, but nothing more than that. Halliday decided in his mind that fine should be imposed and he should be braked from taming any animal in the future, keeping any animal in the future. Now, I reached out and stroked the dog's head, and he immediately responded by resting a paw on my wrist. Now Mr. Herriot came near the dog. As he reached there, he started stroking the dog's head, and just in his response, the dog also showed his love, put his paw on Harriet's wrist. There was a pathetic dignity about the way he held himself erect, the calm eyes regarding me, friendly and unafraid. Well, you will let me know if you want me in court. Now, the dog showed so pity and affection, erecting himself in such a way that Mr. Harriet felt a regard for himself, and the sense of the dog was friendly. There was no fear in dog's eyes. So now, of course, and thank you for coming along. Halliday hesitated for a moment, and now I expect you will want to put this poor thing out of his misery right away. Now, when James Harriet felt a regard by the dog and fearlessness in his eyes and friendly sense, now he told Mr. Halliday, of course, and thank you for coming along. Halliday hesitated for a moment, and then he said, I expect you will want to put this poor thing out of this misery right away. Mr. Harriet told Halliday that he would be able to bring out the poor dog in his misery at time. I continued to run my hand over the head and ears while I thought of a moment. Yes, I suppose so. We would never find a home for him in this estate. It is the kindest thing to do. Anyway, push the door wide open so that I can get a proper look at him. Now, Halliday, who is an inspector who has come to see the case of cruelty for animal, he tells here, he talks with James Harriet. James Harriet tells here, I continued to run my hand over the head and ears. Now, Mr. Harriet showed affection to the dog by putting his hand over the head and ear of the dog, and at that time he thought that they would never find a home for the dog in this very situation, and providing a home, proper home for the dog was necessary, and it was the kindest thing for the dog. Anyway, at that time suggested him to push open the door wide so that he could get a proper look at the dog. In the improved light, I examined him more thoroughly. Perfect teeth, well-proportioned limbs with a fringe of yellow hair. I put my stethoscope on his chest, and as I listened to the slow, strong thudding of the heart, the dog again put his paw on my hand. Now, the examining of the dog has been started by the doctor, Mr. Harriet. When proper light came to the dog, he examined thoroughly. He found that the teeth was perfect, limbs were well proportioned, and there was yellow hair with fringe also. Mr. Harriet put his stethoscope on dog's chest and listened to its thudding of the heart. At that time also, the dog showed his affection by putting his paw on doctor's hand. I turned to Halliday. You know, Inspector, inside this bag of bones there is a lovely golden retriever. I wish there was some way of letting him out. Now, Harriet turned towards Halliday and told him that inside the bag of bones means inside the dog there is lovely golden retriever and he wants to bring it out, and it means the doctor wants to make the situation of the dog improved in from that gloomy spheres in that uncared situation. My dear students, today keep till here today. Something more will be discussed in next class. Thank you.